瑰的玫瑰真俏密，玫瑰的玫瑰最暗里，春夏开在锄头上。玫瑰的玫瑰呀，我爱你。啊，哦。You do not understand Chinese. Sorry, very sorry. I was singing to myself because this is a big day, a happy day. This is our fiesta, the fiesta of New Washington, Our Lady of Rosary, the second Sunday of October, La Naval. Today, we throw the house out the window. I am Awong, servant to Simpatko. I am proud to be servant of Simpatko. He come here from Xiamen in China. Simpatko come here to New Washington in Akron. He, poor man, in Manila, in Binondo, he was selling button. Huh? Botones, button. But in New Washington, he's the start store, little store. But little store grow into big store. Beautiful store. Many customers, many workers. And then he fall in love with beautiful girl from Caribou, from distinguished family. They own many lands. Mi la chica, Maxima Reyes la chica. She was the most beautiful girl in Caribou. Only 19 years old. In Simpatko, he was almost 40. May and September. It was a beautiful love story. Simpatko was Buddhist. Mimaya, Catholic, very devoted, very holy girl, all the time in the church. So, Simpatko go to priest. He studied catechism like a little boy. He was baptized Catholic. And he was given new name, Juan Sin, Christian name, Catholic name. So they were married. I play guitar at wedding breakfast. I sing Chinese song, happy Chinese song. 好花不常开，好景不常在。今宵离别后，何日今再来？ And they have many children. But strange thing happened. They die. 7 children die. Born, baptized, and die. Mimai says, 7 angels in heaven. Then the doctor says, maybe they are allergic to mother's milk. So Mimai has 8 child, a girl, Salvation. She does not breastfeed Salvation. She gave Salvation to another woman to nurse, to breastfeed. Then Salvation leaves. Beautiful, no? Name Salvation. And she is safe. 7 die, and she is safe. She lives. All of us very happy. Happy for Mimai, happy for Simpuatko. Then they have more children. And now they are getting dressed for a big party. Salvation, Jose, Rosario, Francisco, Mary, Manuel, Jaime, Amme, James, Jimmy, James. Jaime has so many names. Anyway, he is seventh living child. Then the twins, but both twins die. Then Lamon, and then Seferina. Seferina is our baby girl. 9 children now. Every child in the house of sin has a yaya. Oh, that is Tita Marcela playing the piano. Tita Marcela Reyes, she is auntie of Mimai. Mimai's mommy died when she was very little, and Tita Marcela raised her. Tita Marcela is like a mommy to Mimai. You know, she is playing the piano because it is fiesta and we are having a party. Oh, come on. Come to the fiesta. Come to the party. Everybody welcome. Come to the house of sin.
朋友，亲情，我今仔是办一定欢喜个吼，恁大家有法通拨恁的时间，通交我斗闹热，多谢咧，多谢。This is our town fiesta, La Naval, the feast of the Holy Rosary. I believe in the Rosary. I really believe in the Rosary. I learned that from my wife. In fact, everything beautiful and good in my life, I owe to her. Tita Marcela Reyes has just played a beautiful old song, a song that was composed in the Philippines by Julio Nagpil in 1891, Recuerdos Acapis. But on this day, I would like to go back even further than that old song. I would like to go back to the beautiful traditions that God has given to most of us who are here today. I want to go back to our roots, to the land where we were born, to the land from which so many of us came here, China. And so, it is with great pride that I would like to present to all of you, my honored guests, a welcome dance from China. I want to present my son, my fourth living son, my seventh living child. Jaime。
头家啊，
怎么？什么代志啊？
你也后生啦，海咩？暗咩啦？伊无穿话呢。
Oh, Juan, what is he saying?
He says that Jaime has no shoes.
But he has new shoes, brand new shoes.
Yeah,
We bought him new shoes for the fiesta.
唔过头家啊，伊将迄双话托人呢？
伊那做将迄双话好人啊。
就是啊。
What is he saying?
He's saying that Jaime gave away his shoes. Excuse us, please. There seems to be a little trouble. We will be right back.
头家啊，吼，我甲你讲啦吼，当阮伫外面的时阵，伫街路边吼，
哦，怎么？
一罐去食活来啦吼，啊要
你
啊无穿话啊，我去食啊个，啊常咧甲海妹上个，啊海妹毋过底啊无钱啦。
Juan.
伊将迄双话全吞讨伊啦。
Jaime gave his shoes to a beggar.
Oh.
The beggar had no shoes, so Jaime gave him his shoes.
伊还佫袂咧哦，伊佫惨哦，啊佫另外一个去食来吼，毋着话托人个，地啊也无半声个，
怎么？
即阵啊念迄外面新的寒衫啊脱讨人啊，安尼
Juan.
啦。
挂衫，
Juan.
挂衫脱好人。The second beggar came. Jaime gave the second beggar his jacket.
It was a new jacket.
佫第三呀去食又活来吼，暗暝吼，即阵
第三去食诶。
踮迄衫吼，迄内面遐衫吼，
你
脱讨人呢，吼。
Juan.
我看伊将伊的话，伊的挂衫，
是啦，
伊的内衫拢做不好人。
好啦。
Juan.
He gave his shoes and his jacket and his shirt to beggars.
You mean Jaime is now naked in the street?
阿王啊，阿咪无穿衫，伫街路边无穿衫，
无
穿白
啦，
体。
无啦，伊还佫有迄领裤咧啦。
He still has his pants
在是连迄领内衫还佫伫咧个吼。
and his undershirt.
He was supposed to sing for all the guests.
我看伊惊呢，伊歹势呢，也无穿话迄领假尔啦。
安尼哦。He's afraid to come in, barefoot in his undershirt.
Juan, what shall we do?
阿王啊，你即阵叫我迄个囝入来，
是啊。
入来，咱这个大厅，叫即阵较紧的入来。
即阵啊，最去咯吼。
Friends, my son Jaime was to sing for you tonight. He was properly dressed for the occasion, but he met some beggars. As you know, this boy has a very soft heart.
And a soft head. Salvacion.
Jaime gave his shoes and his jacket and his shirt to the beggars. So, in order that he may pay properly for his charity, we will let him sing for you, as he is my son, Jaime.
Go on, Jaime. Sing.
Mommy, if I forget, please help me.
I will help you. Don't be afraid. Just sing. Sing with all your heart.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Where trouble smells like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Someday
wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
Where trouble smells like lemon drops, away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me.
Ladies and gentlemen, dinner.
Jaime is Mima's favorite, isn't he?
Well, I don't think any mother really has a favorite child.
But I hear that Jaime sleeps with you, with his mother and father.
Well, that's because the boy is sick. He has asthma. You can never tell when he's going to have an attack.
Juan, Jaime has been talking to me. He wants to enter the seminary.
The seminary? He's only a baby.
Well, they accept boys in the minor seminary at Haro, the seminary of San Vicente Ferrer, when they are only 12 years old.
You're going to let him leave home when he is only 12 years old?
Well, it's not really very far. It is only Iloilo.
I want him to be a businessman. I want him to follow in my footsteps. I want him to have a share in the family business.
But he doesn't want to be a businessman. He doesn't want to spend his life making money. You saw what he did tonight. He gave away his shoes.
And his jacket and his shirt.
Someday, we will all go back to China. I want to go back with all of you. My beautiful wife, my 5 sons, my 4 daughters. I want to go back to the roots from which we came.
Juan, be realistic. You were a Buddhist. You were a Chinese Buddhist. You became a Christian, a Catholic. You say the rosary every night with all your family. The statue of the Virgin Mary is here in your home, watching over your family. Your children go to Catholic schools. Your girls are all at Holy Ghost. It is inevitable that God will touch one of them, at least one, and call that one for special service.
Salvacion wants to be a sister.
Never. I do not want any of my girls to become a nun. No.
You should feel honored. It is a great blessing. The hand of God has touched your house. He is calling your son. He is calling your daughter.
No.
Juan, you have to let your children lead their own lives. You have led your life. You have led it very well. You must let them follow the path that they think God wants them to follow. Jaime has wanted to be a priest since he was 7 years old. He would play priest at the altar, saying Mass with Ramon as his altar boy. Juan, if God calls the boy, you have to let him go.
I want him to be a businessman.
In the gospel it says, I must be about my Father's business in my Father's house.
I am his father.
And God is his Father.
I am his mother, but the Virgin Mary is also his mother. Juan, we must share our son with God.
You know, Marcella, a terrible thing happened to me. In this land of the morning, in this pearl of the Orient seas, I came here as an independent man. I came as a bold, brave Chinese. And now, my life is dominated by a woman.
No, Juan, no. You are not dominated. You are loved.
That is true. I am loved. That is a terrible power. Love.
Can Jaime enter the seminary?
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Mama, Mama, I can't breathe.
Asthma.
He should lie down, Mimay.
You better lie down on the couch.
Shall I call a doctor?
No, these attacks come and go. He'll be all right.
I'd better see to our guests in the dining room. They will think that we have abandoned them. But I'll come back.
Breathe deep now. Okay. Breathe deep. You know, you sang very well.
Thank you, Mama. You helped me.
And it was generous of you to give away your shoes. I know that you liked those shoes.
He had bare feet and sores in the feet, Mama. Sores. He needed the shoes. He needed them more than I did.
And the jacket?
Well, his shirt was all rags. Really rags. And the other beggar, he didn't have any shirt at all. That's why I gave him the shirt. It's October. It gets cold. And it rains.
You'll be doing that for the rest of your life.
What?
Giving away things. You'll be giving away everything you have.
How do you know?
I just know. But, Ami, you really have only one gift that you can give. Only one gift.
What's that?
You.
Me?
All gifts are symbols of the giver. Whenever you give anything, Jaime, you give with all your heart. You are giving yourself, and that is the way you have to live. You must give yourself to God by giving yourself to people. Do you understand that?
A little. You are saying that giving is good?
Yes, giving is good.
Mama, could you sing me that song? The one you sing sometimes at night? The song about the beautiful dreams?
The Beautiful Dreamer?
Yes, I like that song. I really like it.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day. He's asleep.
Mimay, you know what I like about you? You're a mother. You are really a mother.
He did enter the seminary. Charito brought him there by bus. Early in the morning, in June of 1941, Jaime was only 12 years old when he entered the seminary in Haru. He had his 13th birthday in the seminary. But he stayed in the seminary only for 7 months when terrible things happened. War, Japanese bomb Baguio, Japanese bomb Clarkfield, Japanese bomb Manila. Mimay was not where at that time. Operation Hombres. Serious operation. Seminary closed down. Always sent home. So Jaime come home. Japanese come to New Washington. Japanese start the house of sin in town. And all the house become Japanese headquarters. So we moved to Pinamukan by the river. Simpatko has 2 houses in Pinamukan. Shh, and now I tell you a secret, me, my very worried about vocation of me, Jaime. She is afraid of the loss of his vocation to become a priest because Jaime is out of the seminary. And there were girls, beautiful girls in New Washington and also in Pinamukan, especially one girl who come with salvation from Holy Ghost. Salvation was a teacher in Holy Ghost in Manila. She bring this girl. Margot was a dancer. She danced with Jaime. You know, Salvation is preparing an entertainment for the Japanese officer.
Good, Jaime, good. You're doing much better than I thought you would. Now, for the pas de deux, you two dance together.
We have that.
Then your solo, Margot.
Right.
Then your solo, Jaime.
Jim, try it. Miss Sin, music. Hey, Jim. For a boy who's supposed to have asthma, you're in good shape.
Well, the asthma doesn't come all the time. It comes and goes. It attacks.
It attacks.
But most of the time, I'm perfectly okay.
You end up dancing together. Now try that.
Salvation, Tolobo, big Tolobo in town. Your father wants you now.
What is it?
American soldier come here in Bangka. He is hiding in the rock by the shore. Japanese see him and fire at him, and they think he is wounded. Blood on the rock. But American escape. They are hunting him now. Japanese searching every houses. Come now.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Come now.
Jim, looking the way you do, and dancing the way you do, and talking the way you do, and being what you are, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
Oh, what's the matter? You don't like girls?
Oh, I like girls. I have 4 sisters.
I don't mean sisters. I mean girls. Real girls.
Oh, I have a lot of friends who are girls.
But no girlfriend.
No girlfriend.
Why not?
I'm a seminarian. I'm going to be a priest.
How old are you?
15.
15. Only 15. When did you decide that you wanted to be a priest?
Oh, long ago when I was 7.
When you were 7?
Even earlier, I always wanted to be a priest, as far back as I can remember.
Why?
I don't know. I can't put it in one sentence. I feel it. I've always felt it.
You don't like girls?
I like girls.
But you don't want to marry and have a home and children like your mother and father?
I like a home, but it's not for me. I have to reach out. I have to help people. I have to go out to the poor.
You were never in love?
I am in love. I'm in love with people.
You know, Jim, now I understand what your sister taught us in class.
What did she teach you?
She said that when a boy or a girl has a vocation, God touches the soul. God says to them, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you."
Yeah.
You have been touched by the hand of God.
Margot, do you have a boyfriend?
I did. But, I lost him.
You lost him? How?
The death march.
I'm so sorry.
Jim, you go ahead and be a priest. Don't you die for your country. Live for it. You go ahead and reach out to people.
เข้าไปละ Jaime, Margot, let's get out of here. The Americans, I saw him. I saw him on the riverbank. He was patting his wound. He's wounded. He's coming this way. Let's get out of here. Yahoo! Here comes the Japanese. Let's get out of here.
No! Let's get him out of here!
You! A big man! American! Wounded! Around here, someplace! Did you see him?
Big man.
Hey!
Misty short.
Hey!
Khaki shirt.
Hey!
Khaki pants.
Hey!
Hurt in the shoulder.
Hey! Did you see him?
No.
Get off!
Yes. I saw him.
Where did he go?
That way. He went that way.
Kula! Kula!
That was a lie.
It was a white lie.
All lies are black.
He was an unusual boy. But he did go back to the seminary, and he did persevere in his desire to become a priest for the next 11 years. His mother died on the Feast of the Sacred Heart, June the 8th, 1945. Cancer. Cancer of the breast. Her death shook Jaime, but it intensified his desire to become a priest because his mother prayed that he would be a priest. She prayed for that when Jaime was in her womb, and he wanted to please her, even when she was gone, when she was in heaven. But that asthma troubled him. He was strong and vigorous, but when the asthma struck, he was put into the infirmary. And he was in the infirmary very often. Finally, he began to wonder if he was physically fit for the priesthood. He prayed about this to the Blessed Virgin Mary. His favorite feast was La Naval, October the 7th, the Feast of the Holy Rosary. On that day, October the 7th, 1953, when he was 26 years old, 6 months before he was to be ordained, a new statue of Our Lady of the Miraculous Medal, patroness of the Vincentians, the Paules, arrived from Spain and was installed in the seminary chapel at Haro. Jaime could not attend the welcoming ceremonies because he was sick and confined to the infirmary. But he could hear everything because the infirmary was right behind the chapel. That night, when the chapel was empty, he rose from his sick bed, crept into the chapel, knelt before the Virgin, and prayed.
Mary, I really want to be ordained. I really want to be a priest. But I am always sick. I miss class. I miss the devotions. I miss everything. So I wonder if you really want me on the altar. Mary, I will write you a letter. I will write you a letter and put it under your statue. Dear Lady, please pray for me that I may be cured of my sickness. I am setting a deadline. Today is October 7, Feast of the Holy Rosary. And here I am, sick, in the infirmary. If by November 27, the Feast of the Miraculous Medal, I am still sick, then I will accept it. I will accept it as a sign that I have no vocation. I will leave the seminary and return to the world.
He signed that letter with his blood. The asthma left him. He waited until November the 27th, the Feast of the Miraculous Medal. The asthma did not come back. He waited until the day of his ordination, April the 3rd, 1954. The asthma did not return. He was ordained a priest by Bishop Frondosa. And this is the incredible truth. He has not suffered an attack of asthma from the moment he wrote that letter until this very day. Amazing! It is the gospel walking down the street. He is the living example of the words of our Lord to his apostles. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Bishop Frondosa ordained him and sent him as a missionary into the mountains of Aklan. This was his baptism of fire as a priest. The children loved him. Wherever he went, they welcomed him with joy, singing and dancing. He heard confessions hour after hour. The people were grateful for him because he was so gentle. He baptized the babies in the barrios, in places where the priest came only once a year. He said Mass in the mountains, changing bread and wine into the body and blood of God, calling God down upon the altar. This time, it was real. He was no longer playing priest with his little brother. He was really bringing God to man and man to God. He was the priest at so many weddings. He said those words so often. What God has joined together, let no man put asunder. And he prayed for every couple at whose marriage he assisted. He prayed that they would really love each other, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, and not only until death. He prayed that they would love each other for all eternity. He welcomed the babies at birth, and he strengthened the old for that long journey home to God. The people in the mountains have problems, just as frightening as the problems of the poor in the city. This poor old farmer is in danger of losing his land. The wealthy businessman came from Manila with a deed saying that the land was his. The farmer found it hard to argue about the deed because the farmer cannot read or write. All he can say is, "My father tilled this soil, and my grandfather, and my great-grandfather." That is why the poor peasant in the mountains is so grateful for the presence of a priest. And Jaime taught the children. Jaime never claimed to be an intellectual. He never wanted to study for a doctorate in Rome. But he did want to understand the gospel. And he wanted to teach this gospel to the children, simply and clearly. He just wanted to be a priest, a simple priest, reaching out to the children of God. Bishop Frondoza made him rector of the seminary in Capiz. He was rector for 10 full years. He did many beautiful things there, but what the seminarians remember most is this. There was no difference between the food of the faculty and the food of the seminarians. The professors and the students ate together. The boys who were studying to become priests ate with their rector.
I am Bishop Frondoza, Antonio Frondoza. Jaime Sin was my boy. I ordained him a priest in the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception in Rojas City in 1954. He did everything well. Good priest, good teacher, good administrator, and wonderful with people. That's how I lost him. Sin was nominated for bishop, and he went up to Manila to prepare.
I don't see why we have to have this picture. You have plenty of pictures of me, don't you?
We have no picture of you as a bishop. In the program for your consecration in Capiz, we must print a picture of you as a bishop.
In full episcopal robes, complete with coat of arms and ring.
Oh, my God!
What's the matter?
The ring.
What about the ring?
We don't have any.
We don't have a ring?
Well, it won't be finished until tomorrow.
What do we do?
Couldn't I just hold my left hand over the right so nobody will see that I don't have a ring?
You can't do that!
Why not?
It would be ugly. It would be indescribably ugly.
We need a ring.
An episcopal ring.
I am ready. No? Sandali lang, ha? Now!
No, no ring.
Can't we take this picture tomorrow?
You are leaving for Capiz tonight on the boat.
My shop is closed tomorrow.
No. See, Noan, the driver.
What about Nono?
He has a ring, a big ring.
Right. No. Give us the ring.
The stone is big. What is this stone made of, Nono?
Gawa po, sir, sa puwit ng baso, sir.
Oh, it looks gold. Is it gold, Nono?
Hindi po, sir. Gawa po sa lata ng gatas, sir. Gatas.
Oh, how much did it cost?
Nothing, sir. Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing?
Yes, sir. Libre po yan, sir. Nakuha ko po yan sa sir, sa box ng apa.
It fits. Now, this is the kind of Episcopal ring I really like. Puwit ng baso at lata ng gatas. And it comes in a beautiful box of apa.
Pwede na ba ako mag-shoot?
Shoot.
I needed him in copies. But Iloilo needed him more. It was the finances of the archdiocese. As Archbishop Cuenco grew old, he made a few mistakes in absolute innocence. But by the time Jaime Sin was consecrated in 1967, the finances of Haro were a rat's nest. As auxiliary bishop of Haro, Jaime Sin inherited a rat's nest.
The basic problem, as I see it, is that almost all the property of the archdiocese is in the name of Archbishop Cuenco.
Yes, absolutely. Legally, he owns all the property of the archdiocese in his private capacity, including the archbishop's palace, the cathedral, and every single centavo the archdiocese has in the bank. But by this new will, all the property belonging to Jose Maria Cuenco, before he became a priest, will go to his heirs. But everything else acquired during his priesthood remains with the church. This is the will. It's in good shape legally. But will Archbishop Cuenco sign it?
I don't know. This resignation that you prepared for me, is it valid with the church?
Yes. If Archbishop Cuenco accepts that resignation, you're still a bishop. But you are no longer the auxiliary bishop of Haro. You're a bishop with no diocese.
I am a man without a country.
You can always go back to Capiz. They love you in Aklan.
You better pray for me, with arms extended.
May God have mercy on your soul.
Your Excellency.
Listen, Sin. I've been studying this letter you sent me. The letter explaining that will you are drawing up for me.
The will is prepared. I will leave it here. All you have to do is sign it.
I won't sign it. No. You are accusing me of being a thief. You are accusing me of stealing the property of the Archdiocese of Haro.
No. It was only a legal blunder.
A legal blunder?
A technical error.
An error?
A secretarial mistake.
Mistake? You're accusing me of blunders, of errors, of mistake in my work as an archbishop?
It was a legal matter about which you were not properly informed.
Aha. So you think I do not know what's going on in my own office? You think that I'm senile? You think that I am in my second childhood?
No, Your Excellency, no. While you're here, while you're alive and well, everything will be fine. But if you should die, your legitimate heirs could claim ownership of the whole archdiocese.
So, you think that I'm going to die tomorrow?
No. But as your auxiliary, I should see to it that if anything happens to you, the affairs of the archdiocese will be in order.
How old are you?
38.
38. I have lived twice as long as you, and then some. How long have you been a bishop?
3 months.
3 months. 3 months. I have been a bishop for 25 years. I have borne the heel of the day and the burden. And you, in your bumptious ignorance, are challenging my management of this archdiocese? Out! Out of my house! Out!
Your Excellency, if I have offended you, I beg your pardon. Here is my letter of resignation. I'm resigning as your auxiliary because I cannot fulfill my duty to the church. I only wanted to be of help, to prevent trouble, should anything happen to you.
Wait. Come back. Sit down. Where is that will that you have drawn up? Where is that resignation you gave me? Sin, you're a good man. Don't resign. And don't abandon me. Sometimes when you get old, you become a little testy. You have to be patient with an old man. We will help each other. You know, I asked for you. I recommended you be made a bishop. I asked for you as my auxiliary. And when I did that, I did not know why. But now I know why. I need you. I need you here. The archdiocese needs you. I guess God needs you here. Thank you for all the work you've done on that will.
Jaime Sin became Archbishop of Haro in troubled, stormy times. The people of Iloilo were grateful for Sin. He was really a bridge over troubled waters. There were demonstrations in the streets, a restlessness among workers, a restlessness among students. The political and social and economic leaders of the Ilonggo region looked up to Sin as their natural guide, their understanding counselor. When he was installed as Archbishop of Haro, there was a tremendous reception. All the distinguished citizens were there, from Iloilo, from Capiz, from Antique, from Bacolod.
everybody who is anybody.
We have all the mayors, all the governors, and all the congressmen.
And we have the whole sugar industry, all the leaders of the sugar industry.
It was good of them to come.
Now, Jim, you have to watch over these people. They are your flock. They are the intelligentsia. They're the leaders of the people.
If you concentrate on them, it will have a multiplying effect. They own the haciendas. They own the sugar mills.
They own the shipping industry. They run the schools.
If you work with them, through them, you will reach all the people, the workers, the laborers, the teachers, the students, the common people.
The riff-raff and the rabble.
You know, I think I would rather work from the bottom up.
What do you mean? From the bottom up?
I'd like to start with the laborers, the sacadas on the haciendas, the stevedores on the docks, the fishermen, the poor farmers up in the hills.
Of course they are your parishioners too, but
they are hard to reach. It takes too much time, too much trouble.
But that's what I want to do. I want to go down to the docks. I want to go out into the boats with the fishermen. I want to go up in the hills where the farmers are.
What are you eating?
Peanuts.
Peanuts? We have lobster here and caviar.
And pâté de foie gras.
What's pâté de foie gras?
I don't know. But whatever it is, it's supposed to be good.
I like peanuts.
And you like the docks and the fishing boats and the mountain roads.
No, not the docks. The men working on the docks, not the boats. The fishermen, not the mountain roads. The mountain people.
Now, Jim, they have made you the head of a cultured archdiocese. They have put all these powerful people into the pews of your church. You have to use the power they have given you.
People power.
What?
People power.
What's that?
The power of the people. Not the power of money, not the power of land and buildings and ships and machines, not political power. The power of the common man. People power. What's that?
Lobster, Your Excellency.
Lobster. No, thank you. And that?
Caviar, Your Excellency.
Caviar. No, thank you. And that?
Your Excellency, pâté de foie gras.
Thank you. I like peanuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored tonight with a special guest, the Filipino singer who has brought honor to our country all over Asia. He has come here tonight at some sacrifice to sing for His Excellency, Archbishop Jaime L. Sin.
这个是我的真大的荣幸，甲这个机会，为咱的亲爱的 Archbishop Jaime Sin 祝寿，我要将这首歌献上给伊。Ang pinalangga naton nga si Archbishop Jaime Sin, pareho kami nga duha nga mga Ilonggo. Natawo kami kag nagdako sa pulo sang panay. Tonight, I would like to render a very old Ilonggo song, very sentimental song that both Archbishop Sin and I grew up with. The song is called Walay Angay. Walay angay ang kamingaw nga pirmi ang buot, ginapungaw, gikan sa walay pahuway nga pagtuaw. Ang dughan ko giturong na, giturong na ang mga pagtamay daw wala gid sing kaawa nga makapahid sang nagaagay ko nga luha. Sisin o ay hang ang sarang maawa nga makapahid sang nagaagay ko nga luha. Kag sisin o ay hang ang sarang maluoy ang mga kasakit gikan sa pagkagha. Daw wala gid sing kaawa nga makapahid sang nagaagay ko nga luha. Sisin o ay hang ang sarang maawa nga makapahid sang nagaagay ko nga luha. Kag sisin o ay hang ang sarang maluoy ang mga kasakit gikan sa pagkagha.
In March of 1974, Jaime Sin was appointed Archbishop of Manila. He was overwhelmed by this and was really sorry to leave the Archdiocese of Haro. When Archbishop Sin reached Manila, he made a good impression. But almost at once, he was in trouble with the government. The military raided the Sacred Heart Novitiate in Novaliches late in August 1974, just about the time of Archbishop Sin's birthday. On September 1st, he released a scathing pastoral letter condemning the raid, condemning the military and the government for doing it. The letter was read in all the churches of the Archdiocese of Manila. It was a declaration of war against martial law. President Ferdinand E. Marcos came to see the Cardinal about that letter.
Now that letter, Your Excellency, that pastoral letter, it was read in all the churches. It condemned the raid. It condemned the military. It condemned the government. It condemned me. Because the raid deserved to be condemned. The military deserved the condemnation. And when you allowed the trade, you were wrong. You were violating the human rights of the religious in that novitiate.
That raid was legal. It was legitimate.
The raid was illegal. It was not legitimate.
Look, we had information on reliable authority that the Jesuits were hiding Jose Maria Sison in that house.
What was your reliable authority?
I cannot tell you. It's classified information.
Then your raid was not authorized, not legal, not legitimate. You cannot break into a religious house because somebody somewhere said that they were doing something wrong.
They were hiding a criminal. They were sheltering Sison.
Did you find Sison in the novitiate?
No.
Then how can you say that they were hiding him?
The Jesuits are subversive. They are notoriously subversive. Somehow they got him out of there before the military came in.
Your men searched nuns, sisters who were on retreat. You picked up the provincial superior of the Jesuits, Father Benigno Mayo, and put him in jail.
We didn't know he was a priest.
He told you he was a priest. He told you he was the provincial superior.
But the Jesuits don't look like priests. Some of them look like canto boys wanted by the police.
Mr. President, I protested that raid because you were violating the human rights of our priests and nuns. I have to do that. It is my duty. It is my job. But if both of us try to serve the people, we will be friends.
I understand. We will try to be a little more careful.
Can we shake hands on that?
Yes, we can.
He was created cardinal by His Holiness Pope Paul VI in May of 1976. He was only 47 years old, the youngest in the College of Cardinals. The red of the cardinal stands for courage. Courage even unto death and the shedding of our blood. Sin needed that courage. When he returned to Manila as a cardinal, he merited headlines in the newspapers saying, "Sin to be arrested for encouraging the parliament of the streets." He did encourage the parliament of the streets. He came out openly in favor of peaceful, non-violent civil disobedience. He called it people power. It was a running battle of words until Imelda Romualdez Marcos ran her Manila International Film Festival. This was too much for the cardinal. The running battle of words broke out into open warfare. Imelda came to see the cardinal.
Your Eminence, I brought you a present. Fabian, dyan lang. Fabian, you may go.
Thank you. Please sit down.
Your Eminence, why are you attacking the Manila International Film Festival?
Because it is a river of pornography and filth let loose on Metro Manila.
Your Eminence, we want to broaden the perspective of our people. We want to give them more maturity.
Obscenity does not broaden anyone's perspective. It does not bring maturity.
Your Eminence, this is a country where 1.5 million people go to the movies every day. But only 1 million lang po na Filipinos go to church each week. We have a market, and we are giving the people Syempre, what they want.
What they want?
They pay to see pornography. Ano ba naman? And we need the money to finance the festival.
You are doing it for the money.
Yes, we're doing it for the money. Nako, I'm sorry if a few adult movies have upset some fragile sensibilities. Pornography is part of the process of growing up.
Pornography is part of the process of growing up?
Yes. Nako naman, if we are affected by seeing garbage, there must be something wrong with us as a people.
If we are not affected by garbage, we have been dehumanized. Imelda, you're not poisoning the bodies of our children with these films. You're poisoning their souls. You're poisoning their minds and hearts.
I built a film center. I want this festival to be permanent. I want it to run every year.
I heard that you lost some lives when you were building that center.
All constructions are dangerous. Lives are lost in construction all the time.
But they don't leave the bodies buried in the building, buried under tons of cement.
We were in a hurry. The center had to be finished in time for the festival.
I understand that people are afraid of that building now. They say it's haunted.
Sus, fairy tales. The gossip of children ba?
Imelda, if your festival presented good films, I would support it. I attack only the films that I feel are destroying the minds and hearts of our children.
Your Eminence, that's why I came. I want you to know that I never meant to do any harm to anyone. I just wanted to make money. Economically, it worked. We made money. We have money left over for charity.
The end does not justify the means.
The end does not justify the means? What does that mean?
You cannot poison the minds of children in order to make money.
Oh, siya. Well, perhaps at another time, in another place, maybe with another project, we can work together. Remember my present to you. I really wanted to report to you that, despite your criticisms, the festival made money.
Yes, I know. It made money.
And to me po, that was the most important thing.
I know.
I achieved the end.
Yes, Imelda.
Pray for me.
Yes, child. I will pray for you.
Fabian!
Your Eminence, 3 nuns are here to see you about that orphanage. They're all working in the same squatter area.
Bring them in.
Your Eminence.
Your Eminence?
Your Eminence. Your Eminence.
Sisters, the First Lady was just here, and she gave me a present. She gave me a cake. There it is. Please take it and serve it to your orphans. What's the matter?
Your Eminence, it is not a cake.
It is money.
And all big bills.
New bills. Crisp bills.
Just printed.
Only Imelda would do a thing like that. All right, Sock, take the cake box, bring it to Caritas, tell them to use it for the feeding programs. Sisters, you come like a breath of fresh air. What can I do for you? How can I help?
Your Eminence, we need a school.
A school?
And a chapel.
A chapel?
And a clinic.
A clinic? Wait, Sock, come back. Bring the cake here. A school, a chapel, and a clinic? How much do you need? This money is soaked with blood, but it was given by a parishioner for charity. We'll use it for a clinic, for a chapel, for a school. God draws straight with crooked lines.
Cardinal Sin went to Rome in October of 1978 to elect the successor of Pope John Paul I. Marcos and Sin wanted peace between church and state. This became very difficult when Marcos imprisoned Ninoy Aquino. In April of 1975, Ninoy went on a hunger strike to protest martial law. And after a month, he was so weak that he asked for the last sacraments. Archbishop Sin went to his cell and anointed him. On the silver wedding anniversary of Ninoy and Cory in October of 1979, Ninoy was let out of jail for one day to be with his wife and children. Cardinal Sin said Mass for them when they renewed their marriage vows. And he gave a little homily.
In a country where a great number are in a prison of their own making, Ninoy has remained a free man, an untrammeled spirit, afraid of no one, ashamed of nothing he has done. With all my heart and soul, I look up to him in admiration and pride. I am proud to be called his friend.
Ninoy was released from prison and went into exile. In August of 1983, he returned to the Philippines. And that was the terrible day, the day he was assassinated at the airport. It was recorded on camera by foreign correspondents.
Only a few yards from the waiting van, sprawled head down on the tarmac, bleeding profusely from gunshot wounds to the back of the head.
Ninoy Aquino died with the rosary in his hand. The Cardinal said the funeral Mass at Santo Domingo Church on August 31st, 1983. Cory spoke at the funeral. It was the Cardinal's own birthday. He was 55 years old. He spoke over the body of Ninoy.
I challenge the state to restore all those freedoms which the people have lost. I challenge the state to restore the dignity of our people and to recognize their right to participate fully in the political process. Will the state listen to the cry of the people? Will the national leadership free us from tyranny and oppression? I warn the state, you are fanning the flames of violence. Our people are waiting for a reply. They wait no longer as sheep, timid and scattered, but as men and women purified and strengthened by this profound communal grief, the death of Ninoy Aquino. This has made us one. If the state does not restore freedom, all of us will join the parliament of the streets. We will show the dictatorship the power of non-violence. People power.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Radio Veritas, Manila. We end the Marian year on this day, December the 8th, 1985, the feast of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. Cardinal Sin is saying Mass in the Luneta. Millions of people are there, praying God through Mary to fill us with grace. We ask God to touch the heart of every Filipino to give us courage.
Tonight we promise that as long as there are families gathered in our barrios and towns, as long as there are children to sing your hymns, as long as there are on our shores priests to bring again upon our altars the body and blood of your Son, this land will be yours. These hearts will be yours forever. Mahal na mahal naming ina.
Cory, you're here. I'm so glad to see you.
Your Eminence.
The crowd in the Luneta was wonderful. The Marian year was wonderful. Something will happen now, Cory. Something will happen. God is preparing us for something.
I came to tell you something.
Sit down.
I made a recollection for a full day in the chapel of the Pink Sisters on Hemedy. I prayed and I prayed. I prayed for Marcos. I prayed for Ninoy. I prayed for my family. I prayed for the people of the Philippines. I asked Mary and I asked God to show me what to do.
I cannot think of a better way to pray.
And by the end of the day, it came to me. It came very clearly. What I was afraid of, what I dreaded.
What came to you?
I cannot let Ninoy die in vain. I cannot allow so many of my friends who are suffering in prison to suffer in vain. I cannot stand by and watch the nation being plundered. I cannot turn away from the wives and mothers who come to me weeping because the ones they love have been killed. I have to do it. I will run.
Cory, what you heard was really the voice of God.
It came to me in the chapel at the end of the day. The Blessed Sacrament was exposed and the people were praying.
Our battle cry during the Marian year was COR, C-O-R, conversion, offering, reparation. But now it will be another battle cry, Cory, Cory, Cory.
Your Eminence, what must I do?
Cory, you cannot do it alone. You are a housewife, not a politician. You have no political party, no poll watchers, no national organization.
I think I have the heart of the people.
You have. But that is not enough to win an election in this country. God himself told us, we must be as simple as doves, but as wise as serpents. We are fighting with serpents, Cory. You must have a political party. You have to join an existing party, or this will not work. The best party is Unido.
They have nominated Doy Laurel as their candidate for president.
But only one of you can run. A single challenger can beat Marcos. Two challengers will split the opposition, and Marcos will win.
Doy wants to be president. He will never give up that ambition. Never.
Let's try. The grace of God is touching hearts all around us. You can never tell what will happen. Let's try.
Your Eminence, before I came here, I had made up my mind to do whatever you tell me to do. So, whatever you say, I'll do it.
I will contact Doy. I will see what I can do.
Thank you. Let me know.
Cory, you will win. You will be president of the Philippines.
It is in the hands of God.
This is Radio Veritas. The deadline for the submission of certificates of candidacy for President of the Philippines is midnight tonight. Running for election as the candidate of Kilusan Bagong Lipunan is His Excellency President Ferdinand E. Marcos. Unido has publicly proclaimed a candidate, Salvador Laurel, but no certificate of candidacy has yet been submitted. Cardinal Sin has expressed apprehension about the coming election.
Your Eminence.
Doy.
I'm running for president. I'm running and I'll win.
Sit down. Please sit down. Doy, if you run and Cory runs, both of you will lose. Mrs. Aquino has the charism. Make a sacrifice, an act of humility. Let her run for president. You run as vice.
But my posters are all ready.
Doy, you are intelligent. You have political experience. You are wise in the ways of politicos. But Cory holds the heart of the people. Join with her, and you will win.
Your Eminence, I have been campaigning for more than a year.
The name of your party is Unido. It means united we stand, divided we fall. If you run with Cory, you will sweep the country. If you run against each other, both of you will lose.
Your Eminence, you think that if I give up the presidency and run as vice president, this will save the nation?
Yes.
If I step down and let Cory run as president, we will end this dictatorship.
Yes. It's the only way.
You really believe that? You feel that the only way to rescue our people from tyranny, from oppression, is for me to step down and support Cory?
Yes. Doy?
I'll do it.
Doy, this is the most heroic thing that you have ever done.
Your Eminence, it hurts to be a hero.
Look, suppose we go into my chapel and pray a little.
Unido has filed its certificate of candidacy. The candidate for president is Cory Aquino. Running for vice president on the Unido ticket is Salvador Laurel. So it will be Cory and Doy. The snap elections are on.
The people had taken pains to frustrate traditional cheating devices. But there was a problem they did not expect. Voters' lists scrambled massively, disenfranchised more than 3 million voters in opposition bailiwicks nationwide.
We are not listed. There are plenty upstairs are looking for their names. I have all my ID here, but they won't let me vote.
We have been voting here ever since. Now my mother and me, our names were not listed here. We cannot vote, and we show this as an evidence that we have been voting here. But since 7 o'clock this morning we were here, but then our names were not here.
Numfrel became the word of the hour in the ensuing anger and confusion as reports of violence and terrorism multiplied.
What's that box? Okay, come on. Okay, come on. I will get
This is June Keithley broadcasting on Radio Veritas for the Philippine Federation of Catholic Broadcasters. We have a bulletin here. 30 computer technicians have walked out of the Comelec Counting Pavilion. It seems they claim that the numbers that they have fed into the computers are not appearing on the tally boards.
The controversy would rise to conflagration with a walkout on the night of February 9 by 38 computer technicians from the Comelec Tabulation Center.
Evelio Javier has been killed in San Jose Antique. He was formerly the governor of that province, campaigning for Cory Aquino. He was gunned down in the town plaza by 8 men armed with rifles. The Marcos government is being accused of this murder. Evelio Javier's body will be brought to Manila.
The whole nation mourned for him. The killing was managed by men of the Marcos regime.
Another bulletin. The bishops of the Philippines, the CBCP, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines, is meeting at the national headquarters of the bishops on General Luna in Intramuros. Cardinal Sin is reported to have said, in these national elections, there has been fraud, massive fraud, colossal fraud, like the world has never seen. The bishops are expected to make a statement on the elections. The president of the CBCP is Cardinal Vidal.
Your Eminence, this morning, when I went into the CBCP for the meeting, I found all the bishops in the chapel on their knees praying. Bishops praying. I knew then that this was really serious.
And equally serious was the thing that happened in the meeting. Remember that motion, Your Eminence, that all of us should promise to fast for the whole 40 days of Lent.
Yes, I promised. Did you?
I did. I promised, Your Eminence.
Ricardo, this is serious. Cardinal Sin,
Your Eminence, this is the Nuncio.
The Nuncio, Bruno Torpigliani.
It is coming to my ears that the CBCP is having a meeting.
Yes, Your Excellency. We met this morning. We will go on meeting for a couple of days.
I understand that there is some talk of making an official bishop's statement on the national elections.
Yes. We were thinking about that.
Your Eminence, is that not a deliberate interference in politics?
Well, Your Excellency, our Filipino bishops don't think so. They feel that it is a moral issue.
A moral issue?
Your Excellency, our bishops have already voted to make a statement. Right now, we're only debating on what we will say.
It's politics. It's politics. It is politics.
No, Your Excellency. It is defense of human rights, the right of the people to choose their own leaders. It's a moral issue, Your Excellency.
Your Eminence, I have prayed over this. I want to be fair to the bishops. I want to be fair to the civil authorities. I will have to report this to Rome.
He feels that he has to report this to Rome.
Wait a minute, Your Eminence. Who is in charge of the church in the Philippines? The nuncio or the CBCP?
I would guess both.
I think you're right. Both.
Ricardo, my friend, we are in trouble.
Jaime, agree. We are in trouble.
The nuncio is absolutely sincere. He's doing what he thinks he ought to do in conscience.
In the same token, Your Eminence, that we, the bishops of the Philippines, we must also do what our conscience dictates.
Cardinal Sin.
Your Eminence.
Your Excellency, President Marcos. How are you?
Well, fine. But I hear some disturbing news. Are the bishops planning to issue a statement on the elections?
Well, yes. The fact is, we are formulating that statement right now.
Don't you think, Your Eminence, that this is a little outside your competence as spiritual leaders?
No, sir. In fact, the bishops feel a real obligation to speak up. They feel that they must be the voice for the voiceless.
The voice for the voiceless?
Yes, one of the bishops said that.
What are you going to say about the elections?
Well, it seems that there was fraud, Your Excellency. Vote buying, stealing of ballot boxes, massive fraud in the counting process.
But you see, there was cheating on both sides.
That is not how the bishops have found it, sir.
Your Eminence, I beg of you, don't make this statement.
Your Excellency, in the CBCP, I only have one vote.
Your Eminence, I warn you, don't make that statement.
He hung up.
The special committee finished the statement. Here it is.
Good. We have a telex. It's from Rome, from the Vatican. It is an order. It says, don't make any statement on the elections.
If we don't make any statement on the elections, what kind of bishops are we?
Cardinal Sin.
This is Monsignor Giuseppe Baldinucci of the Secretario di Stato, Vaticano.
Ah, Baldinucci. Yes, we met during the papal elections.
Did you receive the telex from the Vatican?
Yes, we received it just now.
Do not make any statement on the national elections.
You know, Monsignor, I'm very sorry, but we already made the statement.
Mamma mia! But did you issue that statement to the media?
Did we issue the statement to the media? Not yet.
Then, do not issue it to the media. You will receive a telex on that. Do you understand me?
Oh, yes, Monsignor. I hear you. I read you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Very well.
He hung up.
If we do not issue this statement to the media, what kind of bishops are we? Let's call for a press conference. Call it now.
Your Eminence, they're here already. All the press people are here, and all the foreign correspondents, both radio and television. They're overflowing the press room. They drank up all the coffee. They drank up all the scotch. They're waiting for you.
Give me the statement. Let's go. Pray for me.
Well, here we have it. The statement of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines on the snap elections. The New York Times says that it is the most explicit political document in Philippine church history. And one of our scholarly historians has said that it is the first time in history that a Catholic Bishops' Conference has condemned an existing government. Certainly, it has been featured in front-page banner headlines around the world. My own private observation is our Filipino bishops have courage. When the chips are down, they have courage.
Cardinal Sin.
This is Johnny Ponce Enrile.
Johnny, where are you?
Campaginaldo. Your Eminence, in 1 hour I'll be dead.
Don't say that.
I've heard it. I heard the order. We're on the military communication system. I heard the order. Marines, tanks, artillery, helicopters. They mean to wipe us out.
Sounds like civil war.
It is. But if we don't get help, it will be a massacre.
What do you want me to do?
Pray for us.
I'll pray for you.
And call on the people to help us. The people listen to you. You're credible. Ask the people to support us.
People power.
Yes, something like that. Eddie Ramos is with me. He sends you his deepest regard. Please do what you can do for him and me.
All right, Johnny. I understand. Stay cool. Pray.
I have the statue of the Blessed Virgin with me.
That's good, Johnny. That's good. Cardinal Sin.
Your Eminence, it's me, Cory.
Cory.
I'm in Cebu. They want me to board an American warship that is docked here, but I don't want to do that. I will go to the convent of the Carmelite sisters.
Yes, that's good. Stay with the Carmelites.
What do you think of this third force? I mean, the breakaway of Enrile and Ramos. Will they try to arrogate power to themselves?
Cory, this is the hand of God. It will pave your way to the presidency. Without it, you could be demonstrating all over the country day and night and never be president. But now you will be. This is the answer to our prayers.
I hope so. You approve? I will go to the Carmelites?
Go to the Carmelites. Sock, get me the Pink Sisters.
Phone is ringing.
St. Joseph's Convent of Perpetual Adoration, good evening.
This is Cardinal Sin.
Your Eminence?
May I speak with Mother Prioress?
This is Mother Prioress speaking, Your Eminence.
Oh, Mother Mary Hermenegildes?
Yes, Your Eminence.
Mother, we have a problem.
A problem?
This is an emergency. I want you to put all of your sisters in the chapel before the Blessed Sacrament exposed. Let them pray with arms outstretched until I tell you to stop.
It's an emergency.
National emergency. Hundreds of lives depend on it, and I depend on you. Pray and fast, and don't eat until I tell you.
We'll do it, Your Eminence.
The Carmelites.
Ringing.
Carmelite Convent. Mother Prior speaking.
This is Cardinal Sin.
Cardinal Sin, Your Eminence.
Mother, get all of your sisters into the chapel now. Let them pray with arms extended before the Blessed Sacrament. Fast and pray until I tell you to stop. This is an emergency.
Yes, Your Eminence. Yes, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Poor Clares.
Ringing.
Praise be Jesus and Mary. Good evening.
Good evening. May I speak to Mother Abbess?
This is Mother Abbess.
This is Cardinal Sin.
Good evening, Your Eminence.
Mother, get all your sisters into the chapel and pray. It's an emergency. Fast and pray until I tell you to stop.
Yes, we'll do it, Your Eminence. Your Eminence? Are you well?
Right now, I'm well. I don't know how well I will be in a couple of hours. Nuns in the chapel. Fast and pray with all your heart.
We'll do that, Your Eminence. I wonder if he's all right.
Get me Radio Veritas. Radio Veritas, put me on the air. I want to say something.
Your Eminence, you are on the air.
I am speaking to all the children of God in the Archdiocese of Manila. This is Cardinal Sin. We have an emergency. Minister Juan Ponce Enrile and General Fidel Ramos are besieged in Camp Aguinaldo. Tanks and soldiers are moving in on them. We need a buffer of peaceful civilians between these two armed forces. Go to EDSA. Go into the streets and surround Camp Aguinaldo. Surround Camp Crame. Get between the tanks and our friends in Crame and in Aguinaldo. If we do not do this, we will have blood on the streets of Manila.
In the meantime, continue to listen to Radio Veritas, and I shall speak to you again. Let us pray together. Let us not allow a drop of blood to be shed. If we can solve this problem peacefully, that would be the best.
I am speaking to all the priests. I am speaking to all the nuns. I am speaking to all the seminarians. Go to EDSA. Come to Camp Crame. Come to Aguinaldo.
I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. Do it right away. And there are many more who would like to come over. They're just waiting for time.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and in our hour of death. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and in our hour of death.
But this was war.
The soldiers need food. Bring food to EDSA. Bring food to Camp Crame.
Minister Enrile and those with him have appealed for food and expressions of support. Those of you who wish to help should do so. In the meantime, continue to listen to Radio Veritas and I shall speak to you again.
Asan si Jojo? Walang baso eh. Tignan ko lang yung... sir.
The Catholic Church called on the people to go to the ministry headquarters to show support for those inside. They came. Some even passed food over the fence.
Your Eminence, what are you doing? Do you realize that this is a rebellion? You are leading a rebellion against the duly authorized government of this nation.
Mr. President, I'm sorry. I am only trying to prevent bloodshed. Cardinal Sin, this is the nuncio. What am I seeing on television? What am I hearing on the radio? You are calling out an army to overthrow the government. Your Eminence, what are you doing? Your Excellency, I'm sorry, but I felt it was necessary. I am only trying to avoid armed conflict.
Throughout the day, the crowd grew to tens of thousands. The Catholic Church very much in evidence, all defying the government, protecting the rebels.
Mr. President, give me the orders. Just give me the orders. I will crush this man. I'll pulverize him. I will grind him into little pieces.
Your Eminence, watch out for General Ver. Whatever Marcos tells him, he will do. If Marcos told him to jump out the window, he would say, "Yes, sir. What floor?"
Call Rome. Call Rome. Tell them what this wild man is doing.
Cardinal Sin.
This is Monsignor Giuseppe Baldinucci, Ufficio del Segretario di Stato, Vaticano. Your Eminence, I am hearing your voice on the radio calling innocent civilians out into the streets in the middle of the night to wage war with the armed military of the legitimate government.
I can explain that.
On the television, I see old women in wheelchairs, children on crutches, priests, sisters, seminarians, all fighting against the legal authorities. Your Eminence, what are you doing?
People power.
People power?
I am keeping the peace.
Your Eminence, do you think that what you are doing is prudent?
I don't know if it is prudent, but it is necessary to avoid bloodshed.
You hung up.
Did I?
You hung up on the Vatican.
Oh, my God, I did. Cardinal Sin, are you listening to me? Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Yes, I am listening.
Tell him you will suspend him.
Your Eminence, stop this nonsense. Stop it now. Call those people off. Get them out of the streets.
Give me the orders. I'll annihilate him.
We were cut off.
Thank God. He thinks we were cut off.
The whole world is watching EDSA. Rome, Paris, London, Berlin, New York, Buenos Aires, Tokyo. You are a scandal to all the world.
What's the matter with you?
When I am nervous, it helps me if I sing, and I'm very nervous now. Oh, sole mio, stan frontate.
Your Eminence, this is June Keithley. They smashed the main transmitters of Radio Veritas in Malolos. We are now operating on standby, but we have set up a fallback transmitter. I will move to that, and our code name for it will be Radyo Bandido.
Radio Bandido.
Yes, yes, Your Eminence.
They call it people power. Tens of thousands of opposition supporters forming a human shield between pro-Marcos forces and those loyal to General Fidel Ramos and former Defense Minister Juan Enrile. Faced with such an outpouring of public support for the two, an angry President Marcos went on government television with his strongest warning yet, not to push him too far.
Some of this opposition and some of their own people are saying that the president is incapable of enforcing the law. They repeat that once more, and I will sick the tanks and the artillery on them.
The threat of military action did not keep supporters outside the gates of rebel headquarters from their peaceful and sometimes prayerful efforts to protect those on the inside from government attack. Corazon Aquino, the one the rebels say is their duly elected commander-in-chief, returned from a trip south today, urging public support for the dissidents. Soldiers inside headquarters brought in new weapons for the battle that no one really wants. There have been talks between the two sides, but they don't seem to be getting anywhere. Marcos still insists he's the president and won't quit. The rebels say they won't budge until he does. David Jackson, CBS News, Manila.
People of the Philippines, this is your president speaking. We are in a state of emergency. I have declared a curfew from 6 in the evening until 6 in the morning. No one is allowed on the streets. If you are on the street, go back to your homes. This is for your own safety and well-being. Curfew all over the country from 6 in the evening until 6 in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Eminence, the Archbishop of Manila, Jaime Cardinal Sin.
This is the Cardinal speaking. People of God, stay right where you are. We have an army of peaceful civilians on EDSA. We have stopped the tanks. We have prevented violence. We have prevented bloodshed. Stay there on EDSA. God is with you. Mary is with you. And if God and Mary are with you, who could be against you?
Who are we going to obey? Marcos or the Cardinal?
The Cardinal!
Imelda, I have prayed over this, and in my prayers, this thought has come to me. Imelda, did it ever occur to you that he might be right?
No, that never occurred to me. No!
Now I am old. If you kill me, it will make no difference. But you must not harm one hair of these children.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a soldier. They are your people. You must protect them.
Yes, ma'am.
Stop saying yes, Mom. Do you believe what I am saying?
Yes, ma'am. I believe what you're saying, ma'am.
Now, Mark, you have to think this out for yourself. You cannot just obey orders blindly.
Gloria, I am a Marine.
You're a man.
What are those helicopters doing?
I think they are landing.
They are landing in Krame.
The helicopters are landing.
The helicopters are landing in Krame. That's the turning point. That's the turning point. You know what that means? You know what that means? It means that we have won.
Cannot cow us anymore. We are no longer afraid to die because enough is enough, Mr. President. I think you know that your time is up.
Enrile and Ramos stood firm. The people stood firm. Together, they had fought. Together, they had prayed. Together, they would break out in triumph at the news that came past 9 p.m.
Happy to announce that it is confirmed Mr. Marcos has left this country. I guess it seems like we waited for this forever. And it certainly took a long time coming. And there have been so many heroes, yes. And we've said this over and over again all these days.
These are the cables we received, and these are the messages by telex, and these are the transcriptions of the phone calls. Your Holiness, if they really came from you, if you really disapproved of what we did, the bishops of the Philippines are willing to obey. We will do whatever you ask of us.
These cables, I never saw them. These messages by telex, I never saw them. The phone calls, I never knew they were made. They came from the Secretariat.
Your Holiness, did you disapprove of what we did?
These are the plays we did in Poland during World War II, when I was an underground actor.
Your Holiness, not only an actor. I understand that you are the star.
When you are the star, you carry more responsibilities.
And you were sometimes the scriptwriter.
Yes, when you are the scriptwriter, you are responsible for the message. It was a time of tyranny. It was a time of oppression. That was when I learned how hard it would be for people like you in the Philippines.
So, Your Holiness, you do not disapprove of what we did?
Disapprove? I support you with all my heart. You were the voice of the people. You were the voice of the voiceless. You gave power to the powerless.
People power.
Yes, people power. I was in admiration of everything you did. I thought it was magnificent. I thought it was superb.
Your Holiness, thank you.
When I was in Poland, during those dark days, I wanted to do exactly what you did in the Philippines. I wanted to lead my people out in the streets to stand up against the tanks, to stand up against the guns, to stand up against the military. But I did not do it.
Why not?
I knew that it would not work. The Nazis would have pulled the trigger. They would have pulled the trigger. I would have had 1,000 bodies dead in the streets.
It worked in the Philippines.
Because the Filipinos are different.
Yes, I knew that the soldiers would not fire on their own people. They would not fire on the priests and nuns.
The Filipinos are unique among the peoples of the world. They have been touched by the hand of God. They are all heart, all love.
Your Holiness, thank you.
Your Eminence, we must drink to the success of the peaceful revolution. We must drink to the Filipino people.
Mabuhay ang Pilipino!
Mabuhay Cardinal Sin!
When I was a boy 7 years old, I knew that I wanted to be a priest, even until now. And if I die and God offered to put me back on earth for another life, I would still want to be a priest. It is the most beautiful, the most meaningful, the best decision I ever made. In the play which you have just seen, great emphasis is laid on the statement made by the Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines after the snap elections of 1986 and on the EDSA revolution, the peaceful revolution which was a turning point in the history of the world. I want to say loud and clear that even in those two actions, I was doing all I could as a priest. We, the bishops of the Philippines, made that statement because we thought the children of God were being oppressed by fraud. The children of God were our children, and we had to defend them. And when I called the priests and the sisters and the seminarians and all the people out to EDSA, I did this to prevent bloodshed. President Marcos was my parishioner. General Fabian Ver was my parishioner. Johnny Ponce Enrile and Fidel Ramos were my parishioners, I would not stand by and watch them annihilate each other. I called all of the children of God out to EDSA to save the flock that God had given me. I did this so that we would not have blood in the streets of Manila. I did disobey the communiques which came from the Vatican Curia. I did this as a priest, as a bishop before God. I was responsible for the people in my area. And John Paul II supported me. He said to me personally that what I did was right. It is a good thing to be a priest. I am grateful to God that He chose me to be a priest and a bishop. A priest is a bridge between God and man. A priest is a channel of grace between God and the children of God. Sometimes we are not a very good bridge. Sometimes we are not a very good channel, but we try. And so at this time, I am deeply grateful to God that He has given me to you as a bridge, as a channel of His love, as a channel of His peace, as a channel of grace. And I am grateful that He has given you to me as my fold, my flock, my children, the children of God. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love. Thank you for being what you are. And God bless you all.
Mabuhay Cardinal Sin!
Di na ko papayag mawala ka muli. Di na ko papayag na muling mabawi.
Ating kalayaan kay tagal na nating mithi. Di na papayagang mabawi muli. Magkakapit-pisi, libu-libong tao. Kay sarap palang maging Pilipino.
Sama-sama isang adhikain. Kailan may di na maaalipin. Handog ng Pilipino sa mundo. Mapayapa para ang pagbabago. Katotohanan, kalayaan, katarungan ay kayang makamit na walang dahas. Basta't magkaisa tayong lahat.
Tayo'y kakatako.
Basta nang nagaganap sa ating bayan, magkasama ng mahirap at mayaman, kapit-pising, madre, pari at sundalo.
Naging langit itong bahagi ng mundo.
Huwag mo nang payagang umiral ang dilim.
Tinig ng bawat tao'y bigyan ng pansin.
Magkakapatid lahat sa Panginoon.
Ito'y lagi nating tatandaan.
Handog ng Pilipino sa mundo. Mapayapa para ang pagbabago. Katotohanan, kalayaan, katarungan ay kayang makamit na walang dahas. makamit na walang dahas. Basta't magkaisa tayong lahat. Basta't magkaisa tayong lahat. Handog ng Pilipino sa mundo. Mapayapa para ang pagbabago. Katotohanan, kalayaan, katarungan ay kayang makamit na walang dahas. Basta't magkaisa tayong lahat. Handog ng Pilipino sa mundo. Mapayapa para ang pagbabago. Katotohanan,